in physical store, the buying journey, you invest a lot of efforts actually in the journey itself. You go to your car, you drive, spend 10-15 minutes, you park, you go into the store, you enter the store, and there's a lot of efforts invested. While in digital, it takes you a second to log in. If you didn't find what you need, you go out. It doesn't really happen in physical store because you have this cognitive dissonance with the efforts that you have invested. Maybe you looked for a pair of shoes, and if you didn't find them, you just don't go out because you're invested, right? So on the way, you actually this is a nice jacket. You try it on, and the conversion rate in physical stores is 10 times more than digital, mainly for the cognitive dissonance created in physical life shopping journey. While in digital, you have no efforts invested. So what you need to do when consumer logs into your website, you really need to personalize the experience for that consumer. You need to understand the body language, the digital body language, which is very easy to identify in physical. You don't have that in digital. However, if you do have a personalization abilities around consumer experience and you leverage consumer data, you actually can even sell more in digital than in physical. You have a salesman, saleswoman approaching the consumer, and you have lots to offer based on the body language, the way the consumer walks, the way he speaks, the way he behaves. You know a lot of stuff as a salesman on the consumer. In digital, you have none of those, but you do have data. And based on the micro behaviors of the consumer, you can actually leverage that in order to identify what's the right incentive to give consumers. So you have different types of incentives, like free shipping, like points, like a discount, and then you have to identify what's the type of the incentive that this will work on that specific consumer, and then what is the level of that incentive required in order to make this consumer happy and go forward with the purchase. So in a way, if you leverage digital personalization and digital data, you can actually create a higher volume of revenues in digital versus the same amount of consumers in physical.